Hey everyone, and welcome to this Latin Grammy-wise special Latin style. You know how this works. We take your source material and we surface the most interesting insights so you're ready to go for any conversation. And this time we're diving into the 25th anniversary of the Latin Grammy-wise. You've got articles on nominees, performers, iconic Grammy moments, even a deep dive into the career of this year's Person of the Year, the legendary Carlos Vives. Get ready for some surprising facts, behind-the-scenes stories, and look at how Latin music has evolved over the past quarter century. So first up, the 25th Latin Grammy Award ceremony is going down in Miami on November 14th, 2024. Kind of cool full circle moment, right? Miami is where the very first Latin Grammy Wise took place back in 2000. It's like a homecoming, a way to honor how far Latin music has come. And speaking of new beginnings, they added two new categories this year: Best Latin Electronic Music Performance and Best Contemporary Mexican Music Album. It's pretty great to see how they're acknowledging the evolving soundscape, giving a nod to genres that are attracting a whole new generation of fans. Now let's talk about who's performing this year. We've got some big names: Gloria, Estef, Juan Luis Guerra, Alejandro Sanz. These artists have shaped the sound of Latin music for decades. But then we also have the new wave coming in strong. Rao, Alejandro Cariuchis, Eladio Carrion, Danny Ocean. Artists who are blending genres and bringing a fresh perspective to the scene. And of course, we can't forget the legend himself, Mark Anthony, producing a special salsa segment with Sergio George. This is going to be epic. Mark Anthony is salsa royalty, and Sergio George is a master producer, the man behind some of the biggest salsa hits of all time. It's this perfect blend of tradition and innovation, which honestly seems to be a theme when we look at the evolution of Latin music. But maybe the most anticipated performance is going to be from Carlos Vives, this year's Person of the Year. To truly appreciate his impact, I think we need to go back to the beginning, before the global hits and the Latin Grammy Awards. So who is Carlos Vives? He's more than just a musician, he's a cultural ambassador for Colombia, but his journey to musical icon wasn't exactly straightforward. Vives actually started his career as an actor starring in telenovelas, Colombian soap operas for those not familiar. There was this one role in a telenovela about the life of composer Rafael Escalona that rekindled his love for traditional Colombian music, particularly vallenato. Vives actually had to learn over 40 of Escalona's songs for the role. Talk about an immersive experience. It was like a crash course in vallenato history. And it was a turning point in his musical journey. He went from singing pop ballads to embracing the rhythms and storytelling of vallenato, a genre rooted in the heart of Colombia's rural communities. What's fascinating is that Vives didn't just replicate traditional vallenato, he reinvented it. He blended it with rock, pop, other contemporary sounds, creating this unique fusion he called El Rock de mi Pueblo, which translates to the rock of my people. This was bold. Some traditionalists criticized him for messing with the purity of vallenato, but for many it was like a breath of fresh air, a way to connect with their cultural heritage in a modern context. And this fusion resonated. In 1993, he released Clásicos de la Provincia, which means classics from the province. It was a game changer, a commercial and critical success that brought vallenato to the forefront of the Colombian music scene and beyond. It wasn't just music, it was a cultural movement. But success wasn't immediate. 2 years before that big win, Vives received 3 Latin Grammy nominations and didn't win any. Easy to get discouraged, right? But for Vives, this was fuel to the fire. And then came the breakthrough. In 2002, Vives won his first Grammy Award. Not just a Latin Grammy, but a Grammy Award for his album Deja Mantrar. Monumental. He wasn't just the first Colombian artist to achieve this, but he showed the world the power and beauty of Colombian music. Authentic, vibrant, full of soul. It was a victory for Colombia, for vallenato, for artists who dare to break the mold and create something truly unique. Now, 20 years after Deja Mantrar, Vives is still pushing boundaries. In 2023, he released the album Escalona Nunca Se Había Grabado Así. Escalona had never been recorded like this. Full circle moment, a tribute to the composer who ignited his passion for vallenato, but with a modern twist. And it earned him his first Latin Grammy for Best Cumbia Vallenato Album, showing that even after decades in the industry, he's still innovating, still exploring, still passionate about his craft. But this album is more than just a musical achievement. It's deeply personal. It's dedicated to his longtime friend and bandmate, Maestro Guido Cuadrado, who sadly passed away. Cuadrado was more than just a musician. He was the embodiment of Vives' rock de mi pueblo philosophy, humble, rooted in tradition, a master of his craft. This album, this win, is a testament to their shared passion, their brotherhood, their dedication to Colombian music. And speaking of dedication, let's talk about another aspect of Vives' legacy, his commitment to his community. He founded the Chosla Perla initiative, which focuses on the sustainable development of his hometown Santa Marta, and the Rio Grande Music School to nurture young Colombian musicians. This goes beyond just music. It's about empowering community, preserving cultural heritage, inspiring the next generation to carry the torch. But we can't talk about Carlos Vives without mentioning the song that launched him onto the global stage, the Bicicleta with Shakira. This 2016 hit is more than just a catchy tune, it's a cultural phenomenon. The song beautifully blends vallenato and pop, with lyrics that evoke a sense of nostalgia freedom, a connection to their Colombian roots. The music video filmed in their respective hometowns further emphasizes this connection, showcasing the beauty of Colombia. La Bicicleta won Song of the Year and Record of the Year at the 17th Annual Latin Grammy Awards. It became a global anthem, topping charts worldwide and racking up over 1.8 billion views on YouTube. It's a perfect example of how V-Days takes traditional sounds, blends them with modern elements, and creates music that resonates on a global scale. He's a bridge between cultures, a testament to the power of music to connect us, to make us move, to remind us of the beauty in our shared humanity. What's interesting is this global hit also had a completely different title. Vives originally wanted to call it Vallenato Desesperado, which means desperate vallenato. But Shakira, with her incredible intuition, felt that La Bicicleta perfectly captured the essence of the song. Simple yet powerful symbol of freedom, joy, connection. This little anecdote says a lot about their creative partnership. V's deep connection to tradition, Shakira's global sensibility, and they created a song that transcended borders, became a cultural touchstone. And it's through collaborations like this, his dedication to his roots, his constant innovation, that Carlos Vives has earned the prestigious title of Person of the Year at the 25th Annual Latin Grammy Awards. It's an honor that recognizes his contributions to Latin music, his impact on Colombian culture, and his passion for creating music that speaks to the soul. And what's even more poetic is that this is happening in Miami, the birthplace of the Latin Grammys, the city that Vives sees as a symbol of unity for Latin American culture. For Vives, this isn't just an individual achievement. It's a celebration of the legacy of Latin music, recognition of the artists who paved the way, and inspiration for the next generation to continue pushing boundaries and sharing their stories with the world. So, what do you think? It's incredible how he's managed to bridge the gap between tradition and innovation, bringing Colombian music to a global audience without compromising his roots at all. I know, right? And his influence is undeniable. You can hear echoes of his Rock de mi Pueblo in so many artists today, like Monsieur Periné, Bomba Estéreo, even Shakira's later work. Absolutely, he opened doors and showed that embracing your heritage can be a pathway to creating something truly unique and globally appealing. But speaking of breaking boundaries, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about another artist who's up for some major awards this year, Karol G. Oh, Karol G, she's a force to be reckoned with. From winning Best New Artist in 2018 to topping the Billboard charts with her all-Spanish album Mañana Será Bonito, she's become a global icon. What's fascinating about Karol G is how she's taken reggaeton, a genre historically dominated by men, and injected it with a powerful dose of female empowerment. Her lyrics are bold, unapologetic, and they resonate deeply with women, especially Latinas, who see themselves reflected in her music. And one of her songs, Mi Ex Tenía Razón, is up for Song of the Year at this year's Latin Grammy Awards. It's a catchy tune. But what's really interesting is the Tejano cumbia fusion she's got going on there. You're right, it's like she's paying homage to Selena, the queen of Tejano music, while also pushing the boundaries of reggaeton. She's not afraid to experiment, to blend genres, to create something fresh, while honoring her influences. Exactly, and that seems to be a recurring theme in Latin music today, this idea of embracing your heritage while pushing it forward. We see it in the new categories added to the Latin Grammys this year too. You mean Best Latin Electronic Music Performance and Best Contemporary Mexican Music Album. It's exciting to see them recognizing these genres. They're gaining massive popularity, especially among younger generations. Absolutely. Take Best Latin Electronic Music Performance. This category is recognizing artists like Charcha Via Circuito from Argentina, who blends traditional Andean music with electronic beats, creating something totally hypnotic and otherworldly. It's like a sonic journey that transports you to another dimension. And then you have artists like Nicola Cruz from Ecuador, who's weaving indigenous rhythms and instruments into his electronic productions, creating a sound that's both ancient and futuristic. It's a beautiful fusion that highlights the richness and diversity of Latin American musical traditions, showing how electronic music can be a vehicle for cultural exploration and expression. What about Best Contemporary Mexican Music Album? This category is all about showcasing the evolution of regional Mexican music. We're not just talking about traditional mariachi or banda anymore. Right, we're seeing artists like Grupo Firme, who are blending norteño with pop, and even touches of urban music, creating a sound that's fresh, energetic, and appealing to a wider audience. And then you have artists like Nathaniel Cano, who's pushing the boundaries of corridos tumbados, incorporating trap beats and lyrics that reflect the realities of life in the borderlands. It's a genre that's both traditional and rebellious, speaking to a generation that's reclaiming their identity and challenging the status quo. It's fascinating to see how these artists are taking these traditional genres and infusing them with contemporary elements, creating something new and exciting while still honoring their roots. It makes you wonder, what does all of this tell us about the future of Latin music? Well, I think one thing's for sure. Latin music is no longer confined to a specific genre or region. It's a global force influencing and being influenced by sounds from all over the world. And the Latin Grammys are a testament to that. They're a platform for celebrating this musical diversity, this constant evolution, this breaking down of barriers and creating something new and exciting. Exactly. And as we approach the 25th anniversary of the Latin Grammys, it feels like we're entering a new era, one where Latin music is at the forefront of the global music scene, shaping trends and pushing boundaries like never before. It's an exciting time to be a fan of Latin music. I can't wait to see what the future holds. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's take a step back and delve into some of the iconic moments that have shaped the Latin Grammys over the past 25 years. Yes, because to understand where we're going, it's important to remember where we've been. Exactly. And what better way to do that than by revisiting some of the performances, the wins, the controversies, the moments that have left an indelible mark on Latin music history. Let's start with the Latin explosion of the late 90s and early 2000s. It was a period of unprecedented crossover success for Latin artists, with names like Ricky Martin, Marc Anthony, Jennifer Lopez, and Shakira dominating the charts worldwide. It was a cultural phenomenon that brought Latin rhythms and sounds to a global audience, changing the face of pop music forever. And the Latin Grammy-wise played a key role in this movement, providing a platform for these artists to showcase their talent and reach a wider audience. Remember the first ever Latin Grammy Awards in 2000. Star-studded affair with performances by legends like Celia Cruz, Tito Puente, and Julio Iglesias. It was a historic night, marking the beginning of a new era for Latin music, one where it would no longer be relegated to a niche market, but would claim its rightful place on the global stage. And one performance that truly captured the spirit of that night was Ricky Martin's electrifying tribute to Tito Puente, who had sadly passed away just a few months prior. Martin, fresh off the success of Livin' La Vida Loca, delivered a high-energy rendition of Puente's iconic Oye Como Va, bringing the house down and reminding everyone of the enduring power of Latin music. It was a mode of joy, a celebration, of honoring the legacy of the artists who paved the way, and it set the tone for what the Latin Grammys would become, a platform for showcasing the best of Latin music from its roots to its evolution. Absolutely. And speaking of honoring legacies, let's talk about another iconic moment from the early years of the Latin Grammy, Celia Cruz's final performance in 2002. The Queen of Salsa in all her vibrant glory graced the stage one last time, taking home the award for Best Salsa Album for La Negra Tiene Tumbao. Her performance was pure magic. She radiated energy and charisma, captivating the audience with her powerful vocals and her infectious spirit. It was a bittersweet moment, a celebration of her extraordinary career, but also a reminder that we were witnessing the end of an era. But Celia's legacy lives on, not just in her music, but in the countless artists she inspired, from Gloria Estefan to Marc Anthony to La India. Her impact on Latin music is immeasurable. She was a pioneer, a trailblazer, a symbol of resilience and joy, and her spirit continues to shine through in every salsa beat, every vibrant rhythm, every oscillator that echoes through the years. And while Celia Cruz represented the enduring power of tradition, another artist was making waves with her unique blend of alternative pop bossa nova and Latin rock, Natalia Lafourcade. Lafourcade, who made her debut at the 2003 Latin Grammys with her performance of NL 2000, didn't win an award that night, but her performance left a lasting impression. She was a breath of fresh air, a voice that was both familiar and completely unique, hinting at the diversity and experimentation that would come to define the future of Latin music. And little did we know that she would go on to become the most awarded woman in Latin Grammy history, with an impressive 17 awards to her name. It's a testament to her talent, her creative vision, and her ability to connect with audiences across generations and genres. Lafourcade's journey is a reminder that sometimes the greatest impact isn't always about winning awards, but about leaving a lasting impression, about planting a seed that will blossom into something extraordinary. Absolutely. And speaking of seeds being planted, let's talk about 2005, the year reggaeton officially made its mark on the Latin Grammy-wise. Daddy Yankee's Gasolina, a song that had already taken the world by storm, was nominated for Record of the Year. Gasolina wasn't just a song, it was a cultural phenomenon, a sonic earthquake that shifted the landscape of Latin music forever. Its infectious beat, its raw energy, its lyrics that spoke to a generation yearning for freedom and expression. It was a game changer, and the Latin Grammys took notice. While Gasolina didn't win that year, its nomination was a watershed moment, signaling that reggaeton had arrived and was here to stay. And the impact of that moment is undeniable. Look at the Latin music landscape today. Reggaeton is a global force influencing pop music worldwide, and its roots can be traced back to that pivotal nomination in 2005. It's a reminder that the Latin Grammys have always been more than just an awards show. They're a barometer of cultural shifts, a platform for recognizing the music that is shaping the world. And speaking of shaping the world, let's talk about another groundbreaking artist who has left an indelible mark on the Latin Grammy-wise. Shakira. Shakira, the Colombian superstar who had already achieved global fame, made history in 2006 by becoming the first female artist to win in the three major categories: Record of the Year, Album of the Year, and Song of the Year. Her album Fijación Oral Vol. 1, which blended pop rock and Latin rhythms seamlessly, was a testament to her versatility and her ability to connect with audiences across cultures and languages. For performance that night, a captivating duet with Alejandro Sanz of their hit song La Chatura was a masterclass in stage presence, showcasing her signature dance moves and her undeniable charisma. It was a moment that solidified her status as a Latin music icon, a trailblazer who continues to inspire artists around the world with her talent, her creativity, and her unwavering passion for music. Shakira's success is a reminder that Latin music is not a monolith. It's a tapestry of diverse sound styles and influences, and artists like Shakira have been instrumental in weaving that tapestry into a global masterpiece. And just as Shakira brought Colombian pop to the world, another sibling duo was making waves with their heartfelt lyrics and beautiful harmonies: Jesse and Joy. These Mexican siblings won the coveted Best New Artist Award in 2007. Their breakout single is Espacio Cedral, capturing the hearts of audiences with its raw emotion and relatable message of heartbreak. Their music, a blend of pop, rock, and folk, resonated with listeners across generations, and they've gone on to achieve continued success, winning multiple Latin Grammys and building a devoted fan base worldwide. Jesse and Joy's story is a reminder that sometimes the most powerful music comes from the simplest of places: the human heart. Absolutely. And speaking of touching hearts, let's talk about the 2008 Latin Grammys, where Gloria Estefan, the queen of Latin pop, was honored with the Person of the Year award. Estefan, a Cuban-American icon who had broken barriers and paved the way for countless Latin artists, delivered a powerhouse performance of her hits, Mi Tierra and Hoy Mi Canto, electrifying the audience with her energy and passion. But the highlight of the night was when she brought out fellow Latin music legends Jose Feliciano and Carlos Santana for a surprise collaboration. It was a magical moment, a convergence of generations and styles, a testament to the enduring power of Latin music to unite and inspire. That performance wasn't just about celebrating Gloria Estefan's achievements. It was about recognizing the collective power of Latin music, the way it transcends borders, cultures, and languages, bringing people together through shared rhythms and emotions. It was a moment that embodied the true spirit of the Latin Grammys, a celebration of music, of heritage, and of the artists who have dedicated their lives to sharing their gift with the world. And speaking of sharing gifts with the world, let's fast forward to 2010. A year marked by a poignant performance from Jenny Rivera, the diva de la banda. Rivera, a force in the male-dominated world of banda music, made a bold move by pivoting to mariachi for her 2009 album La Gran Señora, showcasing her versatility and her incredible vocal range. Her performance at the Latin Grammys that year was both powerful and heartbreaking, as it would be her last before her tragic death in 2012. She commanded the stage with her raw emotion and powerful presence, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of everyone who witnessed her performance. Jenny Rivera's legacy goes beyond music. She was a symbol of strength, resilience, and female empowerment, breaking barriers and paving the way for other women in regional Mexican music. Her impact on Latin music is undeniable, and her spirit continues to inspire countless artists and fans around the world. And just as Jenny Rivera broke barriers in regional Mexican music, another duo was shaking things up in the world of hip-hop, by 13. This Puerto Rican duo, known for their thought-provoking lyrics and their fearless approach to social commentary, made history in 2011. By winning a record-breaking 10 Latin Grammy Awards, their fourth studio album, Entre los que Quieran, and its powerful single Latino America earned them widespread acclaim for their bold and unapologetic approach to addressing social justice and political issues. Latin America became an anthem for the region, celebrating its diversity, its resilience, and its rich cultural heritage. And Calle 13's win was a testament to the power of music to inspire change and amplify the voices of the marginalized. They weren't afraid to challenge the status quo, to speak truth to power, and to use their platform to advocate for a more just and equitable society. And their impact has been felt far beyond the music industry. They've inspired a generation of artists to use their voices for social change, to challenge conventions, and to push the boundaries of what's possible. Calle 13's legacy is a reminder that music can be a powerful force for good, a tool for raising awareness, sparking dialogue, and inspiring action. And just as Calle 13 used their music to challenge the status quo, another Colombian artist was solidifying his status as a global music icon. One is known for his powerful vocals and his socially conscious lyrics, returned to the Latin Grammy stage in 2012 with his fifth studio album, MTV Unplugged, a stripped-down showcase of his musical talent and his commitment to social justice. His performance featured acoustic renditions of his biggest hits, collaborations with fellow Latin music stars like Joaquin Sabina and Juan Luis Guerra, and a raw, intimate energy that captivated the audience. Juan has won 3 more Latin Grammys that night, including Album of the Year, solidifying his place as one of Latin music's most respected and influential artists. His success is a testament to his artistry, his integrity, and his unwavering belief in the power of music to connect people and inspire positive change. And while Juanes was making waves with his acoustic set, another Colombian artist was making a triumphant return to the Latin Grammys after a decade-long hiatus: Carlos Vives. Vives' 2013 album Corazón Profundo marked a resurgence in his career, earning him 3 Latin Grammys, including Song of the Year and Best Tropical Song, for his hit single Volví a Nacer. The song, a heartfelt ballad about rebirth and finding love after loss, resonated with audiences, showcasing Vives' ability to connect with people on an emotional level. It was a comeback story that proved his enduring talent and his ability to reinvent himself while staying true to his musical roots. Vives' journey is a reminder that even in the ever-changing world of music, authenticity and passion will always find a way to shine through. And while Carlos Vives was experiencing a rebirth, another Latin music star was about to unleash a global hit that would dominate the charts for years to come. Enrique Iglesias' 2014 song Bailando, a collaboration with December Bueno and Gente de Zona, became a worldwide phenomenon, charting in over 50 countries and breaking records with its infectious beat, its catchy lyrics, and its blend of pop reggaeton and Latin trap. Bailando was released in 4 different versions in 3 different languages, proving the power of music to transcend borders and connect with audiences worldwide. Its success was a testament to Iglesias' ability to create catchy, danceable music that resonates with people from all walks of life. And it also highlighted the growing influence of reggaeton and Latin urban music on the global music scene. It was a moment that solidified Enrique Iglesias' place as a global pop icon and paved the way for other Latin artists to achieve mainstream success. And just as Enrique Iglesias was conquering the charts with his infectious pop, another group of artists was using the Latin Grammys stage to make a powerful statement about social justice. In 2015, 2 iconic groups, Maná and Los Tigres del Norte, joined forces to deliver a performance that would spark a national conversation about immigration and racial equality. It performed Los Tigres del Norte's song Somos Más Americanos, an anthem for immigrants, that challenged the notion of borders and belonging, and held up a sign that read, Latinos Unidos no votan por los racistas. Latinos United don't vote for racists. A clear message against discrimination and a call for unity. Their performance was a bold and courageous act, a reminder that music can be a powerful tool for social change, for raising awareness, and for inspiring action. It was a moment that transcended the realm of entertainment, sparking a dialogue about important social issues, and demonstrating the responsibility that artists have to use their platform for good. Maná and Los Tigres del Norte's performance was a testament to the power of music to unite, to inspire, and to challenge the status quo. And it also served as a reminder that the Latin Grammys are more than just an awards show. They're a platform for artists to express themselves, to share their stories, and to use their voices to make a difference in the world. And speaking of making a difference, let's talk about another memorable moment from the Latin Grammys: the surprise reunion of Marc Anthony and Jennifer Lopez in 2016. 2 years after their divorce, these Latin music powerhouses came together to perform a cover of the 1982 song Olvídame Pegue la Vuelta by the Argentinian duo Pimpinela. Their performance was filled with passion, chemistry, and a raw emotion that captivated the audience. It was a reminder that even though their personal relationship had ended, their musical bond remained strong. And it also sparked rumors of possible reconciliation, further fueling the poet's fascination with this iconic duo. Whether or not they rekindled their romance, their performance was a testament to the enduring power of music to bring people together, to heal old wounds, and to create moments of magic that transcend time. And just as Mark Anthony and Jennifer Lopez reminded us of the power of musical chemistry, another duo was about to unleash a global hit that would dominate the charts and redefine the sound of Latin music. Luis Fonsi and Daddy Yankee. Their 2017 collaboration, Despacito, featuring Justin Bieber, became a worldwide phenomenon, topping charts in over 47 countries and breaking records with its infectious beat, its catchy lyrics, and its seamless blend of pop reggaeton and Latin trap. Despacito was more than just a song. It was a cultural moment, a testament to the global appeal of Latin music and its ability to transcend language barriers. Its success opened doors for other Latin artists, paving the way for a new wave of crossover hits, and solidifying the influence of Latin music on the global music scene. And just as Despacito was taking the world by storm, another artist was about to make her mark on the Latin Grammys. With her avant-garde approach to flamenco and her fusion of traditional sounds with modern influences, Rosalía. Rosalia's debut at the 2018 Latin Grammys was a revelation. Her performance of her hit single Malamente, a blend of flamenco hip-hop and musica urbana, was a visual and sonic spectacle, showcasing her unique artistic vision and her undeniable talent. She went on to win 2 Latin Grammys that night, including Best New Artist, cementing her status as a rising star in the Latin music world. Rosalia's impact on the Latin music scene has been undeniable. She's brought a fresh perspective, challenging traditional notions of genre, and paving the way for a new generation of artists who are unafraid to experiment and embrace their cultural roots in innovative ways. Her success is a testament to the power of music to transcend borders and connect with audiences on a global scale. And just as Rosalía was shaking up the world of flamenco, another legendary Mexican family was taking center stage at the 2019 Latin Grammys. The Fernandezes, Vicente Fernandez, the iconic ranchera singer known as El Rey, was honored with the Person of the Year award, a testament to his decades-long career and his enduring influence on Mexican music. He was joined on stage by his son Alejandro Fernandez and his grandson Alex Fernandez. For a multi-generational performance that showcased the family's musical legacy, they performed a medley of Vicente's biggest hits, including Volver Volver, the song that cemented his place as a ranchera icon. The performance was a moving tribute to family tradition and the enduring power of Mexican music to transcend generations. It is a moment that captured the hearts of the audience, reminding everyone of the power of music to connect us to our roots, to our families, and to our heritage. And as the world grappled with the unprecedented challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Latin Grammys adapted, holding a virtual ceremony in 2020 that featured performances from various locations around the world. One of the night's most memorable performances came from Bad Bunny, the Puerto Rican rapper and singer, who had become a global superstar, known for his innovative approach to Latin trap and reggaeton. His performance of Yo Perreo Sola, a song that celebrated female empowerment and challenged traditional gender roles, was a visual spectacle, featuring a moving flatbed truck, vibrant visuals, and Bad Bunny's signature swagger. His performance was a testament to his creativity and his ability to adapt to the challenges of the pandemic, delivering a memorable and impactful performance that resonated with audiences worldwide. Bad Bunny's win that night for Best Reggaeton Performance solidified his status as a leading voice in Latin music, admired for his musical innovation, his social commentary, and his ability to push boundaries and challenge conventions. His success is a reflection of the evolving nature of the Latin music industry, where artists are increasingly blending genres, experimenting with sounds, and using their platform to address important social and political issues. Bad Bunny's impact goes beyond music. He's become a cultural icon, representing a new generation of Latin artists who are unafraid to challenge the status quo and express themselves authentically. And just as Bad Bunny was pushing the boundaries of Latin trap and reggaeton, another Colombian artist was having a breakout year with his infectious pop and heartfelt lyrics. Camilo. Camilo's win at the 2021 Latin Grammys, taking home 4 awards, including Best Pop Vocal Album for Mis Manos, was a testament to his talent as a songwriter and his ability to connect with audiences through his music. His performance that night was a vibrant showcase of his musical versatility and his charismatic stage presence, cementing his status as a rising star in the Latin music world. Camilo's rise to stardom has been inspiring to watch. He's a talented musician with a genuine heart, and his music brings joy and positivity to listeners around the world. His success is a reminder that music can be a powerful force for good, spreading messages of love, hope, and unity. And as we moved into 2022, the Latin Grammys celebrated the legacy of another Mexican music legend, Marco Antonio Solis, known as Il Buki. Solis, a singer-songwriter and composer with a career spanning over 5 decades, was honored with the Person of the Year award, a testament to his romantic ballads, his soulful voice, and his contributions to the evolution of regional Mexican music. His performance that night was a moving tribute to his illustrious career, featuring a medley of his greatest hits and collaborations with fellow Latin music stars like Christian Nodal, David Bisbal, and Lord Pacini. It was a night that celebrated his musical legacy, his artistry, and his impact on Latin music and culture. Marco Antonio Solis' music has transcended generations, connecting with people from all walks of life and solidifying his place as a true icon of Latin music. And as we enter 2023, the Latin Grammys witnessed the rise of a behind-the-scenes force who had been shaping the sound of Latin music for years, Edgar Barrera. Barrera, a Mexican-American songwriter and producer, emerged as the night's biggest winner, earning an impressive 13 nominations and taking home awards for Best Regional Mexican Song Producer of the Year and the first ever Songwriter of the Year award. His win highlighted the growing popularity of regional Mexican music and its increasing influence on the global music scene. Barrera's work has been instrumental in bridging the gap between regional Mexican music and other genres, collaborating with artists like Peso Pluma, Karol G, Bad Bunny, Christian Nodal, Shakira, Marc Anthony, and Fresa Regida. His success is a testament to the evolving nature of Latin music and its ability to constantly reinvent itself while staying true to its roots. And as we look back on these iconic moments, from the Latin explosion to the rise of reggaeton to the global recognition of regional Mexican music, it's clear that the Latin Grammys have played a vital role in documenting and celebrating the evolution of this vibrant and diverse musical landscape. These moments, these artists, these stories, they all point to larger truths. Latin music is a global force, the tapestry of rhythms, melodies, and lyrics that speak to the heart and soul, connecting people across cultures and generations. It's amazing to see how the Latin Grammys have become this incredible chronicle of Latin music's journey, from its humble beginnings to its current status as a global powerhouse. The story of Latin music is one of resilience, innovation, and a deep connection to cultural heritage. It's like each year's ceremony adds another layer to this vibrant tapestry, showcasing the evolution of sounds, the fusion of genres, the emergence of new voices, and the enduring power of tradition. And speaking of new voices, this year's Best New Artist category is like a testament to the future of Latin music. We've got Agres, a soulful singer-songwriter whose music blends pop, R&B, and Latin rhythm. So I've heard them. Their voice is captivating, and their lyrics speak to a generation grappling with identity love. Now, the complexities of modern life, for sure. Then there's Jerumas, a dynamic duo that's pushing the boundaries of Latin electronic music. They're fusing traditional instruments with electronic beats, creating a sound that's both familiar and futuristic. It's like they're taking ancient rhythms and propelling them into the 21st century, creating a sonic landscape that's hypnotic and exhilarating. I love that. But we can't forget Ila Taubert, a rising star in the Latin pop scene. Her powerful vocals and catchy melodies have earned her comparisons to some of the biggest names in Latin pop. She's definitely one to watch. Her music is infectious, empowering, and speaks to the experiences of young Latinas navigating love, heartbreak, and finding their place in the world. And then there's Kevin Aguilar, a singer-songwriter who's blending pop rock and regional Mexican influences. His music is raw, honest, and full of emotion, reflecting the realities of life in the borderlands. He's a voice for the underrepresented, a storyteller who's using his music to connect with people on a deeply personal level. These 4 nominees represent the future of Latin music. They're diverse, innovative, and fearless in their pursuit of artistic expression. They're not afraid to experiment, to blend genres, to challenge conventions, and to create music that reflects the complexities of their lived experiences. And their presence at the Latin Grammys is a sign that the music industry is recognizing and embracing this evolution, this shift towards a more inclusive and representative soundscape. Absolutely. It's a reminder that Latin music is not a static entity, but a constantly evolving force, shaped by the experiences, perspectives, and creativity of each new generation. And as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Latin Grammys, it's exciting to imagine what the next 25 years will bring. What new sounds will emerge, what boundaries will be pushed, what stories will be told. One thing's for sure, Latin music will continue to evolve, to innovate, and to captivate audiences worldwide. It's music that's deeply rooted in tradition, but it's also constantly looking forward, embracing new influences, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. And the Latin Grammys will be there every step of the way, chronicling this journey, celebrating the achievements of Latin music's brightest stars, and providing a platform for the next generation of artists to share their voices at the world. So as we wrap up this Latin Grammy as Latinian style, let's raise a glass to the power of music, to unite, to inspire, and to transcend borders. Let's celebrate the artists who have paved the way, the ones who are shaping the present, and the ones who will carry the torch into the future. Here's to the next 25 years of Latin music history. May it be filled with innovation, passion, and the unwavering spirit that has made this music a global force to be reckoned with. And thank you for joining us on this journey. We'll see you next time for another Latinian style. Until then, keep listening, keep exploring, and keep the rhythm alive.